What is New York gym going to look like? We've seen Florida gym. We've seen California gym. Like, what is New York gym?
I think New York gym might be the most natural setting gym. Like, I can handle, forget about it. And, like, come on. I can be aggressive. I honestly think I'm going to thrive.
I'm in a pretty good mood. And everyone's been nice. I think the New York team is
Broadcasting live
overstated.
from the Everlight Solar Studio with Matt Hamilton and alongside downtown Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
Rutledge and Hamilton, live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Matt Hamilton apparently desperately wants to host a music show because I have not seen him more motivated to do anything in his life than to post about
What are you talking
his
about?
playlist.
He's not wrong.
That's so Wisco bracket. I've never been more passionate about anything on the radio in my life.
That is true. He's Matt Hamilton. I am Jim Rutledge. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
I had the mountains blue at the NBA draft. I had the mountains blue at Tavern on the Green in New York. I had the mountains blue at Citi Field as well. The mountains were blue in New York. Molly Brown with us as well, live from the Everlight Solar Studio, along with Primetime Wollersheim. Good to be back. Good to be back. I wanted to tell you a little bit about New York, but I honestly think I'm trying to figure out the description because I think when I was in New York, I figured out Matt Hamilton, if you're going to be in a borough, you're Brooklyn. You're a Brooklyn guy.
Yeah.
You're a Brooklyn borough man there. So
That tracks.
That one was easy. And I got to figure out, Molly, I'm sure you want to be, I think, Upper East Side. I think that's where Carrie
Jersey.
Bradshaw lived.
Hoboken.
Carrie Bradshaw, Gossip Girl,
Nah, Molly's Hoboken.
Real Housewives of New York City. That is my jam up there, and I've
Okay.
never been.
And so maybe, let's see here. So the Bronx, is that, no, we're talking Brooklyn here. So here's what we got for a description for Brooklyn, New York. And then we'll get into some stuff here. So
Great.
nowadays, Brooklyn's got more main types of people than ever. Basically, strong creative streak, collaborative, very eclectic vibe.
Nailing it.
Eclectic.
You're probably an incredibly trendy person who works to protect the individuality of your look, excuse me.
Yeah.
You are incredibly proud to be from Brooklyn. You're incredibly proud to be from Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's true.
And don't want to be from anywhere else. And it's not a bad thing that JFK is right there in Brooklyn. So that is you. Like if you were born in New York, you would be Mr. Brooklyn. You would, because you are Mr. Wisconsin now. You ride or die. Mm-hmm. And I think
That's true. You're right. That's pretty spot on. I'm pretty much everything that you said there, if you applied to like Wisconsin things, would be that's as spot on as it gets.
You're near the
Take
Madison
that.
Airport.
that is true.
It's true.
So 84. What is the number here? I forgot it now all of a sudden. 844-770-3776. I haven't hosted the show in a
New
week.
York gym.
What borough would Molly Brown and Jim Rutledge be from? Matt is Brooklyn. Like, there's no Prime. Are we good on that as a show? Matt is Mr. Brooklyn, right?
That's the only correct answer.
And Prime's got to be like just based on his look alone. Financial district. You put that guy in a suit. And he can
Financial
walk
district?
That's
around
not
the
a
financial district.
borough though.
No,
So
he's
He's
not.
on
the boroughs
Stock,
are
what is it called? Stock Street?
Stock Street, Wall
What is
Street.
it? Wall Street.
No, that's not real.
Oops, sorry.
Molly, that wasn't real, right?
No, I really couldn't
just got-
remember.
The
You just
less
got moved out.
popular.
I knew that there was
To the
stocks.
burbs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like the Alibaba of the market.
Yeah. I'm not on Broadway. I'm on.
You
I don't
don't know
know.
if you're definitely going to get anything that you order. Return on your investment.
So we have the Bronx, we have Manhattan, we have Queens, and we have Staten Island. So that's kind of the boroughs that are left here.
Well, there's 5 boroughs.
I just said them. I skipped Brooklyn.
Oh,
You're
you
Brooklyn.
skip
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
I don't think Molly or I are Brooklyn.
They say Hoboken's the 6th borough.
Hoboken?
Do
But
they?
that's no, you know who says that? People from Hoboken.
All right. So that's probably where Molly's from, more of a burbs thing. All right. So let's run them quickly. But 844-770-3776. What borough is Molly Brown and Jim Rutledge from? You can chime in on that. But we are 100% sure, and we get thoughts on Prime as well, that Mr. Matt Hamilton is a Brooklyn boy.
Do you
All
have
right.
descriptions on any of those ones like
I
you
have
do?
The
Okay.
Bronx. You know at least 5 people who are dropping fire mixtapes this summer and have a soft spot for hip-hop and reggae. Most likely you are local or coming from another part of New York. You were either born or raised in the Bronx along with your closest friends.
I'm from the Bronx.
Tourist season
Nobody?
means nothing to you personally, but maybe the Yankee Stadium. But maybe you go to Yankee Stadium every once in a while. All right.
That might be Jim.
Manhattan.
Might be.
He's our
Hip-hop music?
aficionado.
If you are living in Manhattan, then you are accustomed to watching runners run at all times of the day, no matter the amount of people on the streets as well. You know that most of the other boroughs see you as more corporate. You know that New York City or the city typically refers to Manhattan. People always come to you, come to think of it, that's probably why there's a space issue. Then there's Queens. You are family-orientated because you are probably raising a family.
Yeah.
You love how secretly awesome Queens is. You probably know where to park your car if you have one. You like to lay low. You believe your borough is the best that there is. And then Staten Island. You take the ferry. You have incredible parks, but your friends probably don't visit much. However, tourists do come to the Statue of Liberty. You are proud of the museums, and you consider yourself one of New York's hidden gems. Now, the one part here is you essentially are on a different island than the rest of us where you live. So that part would work for you. I think I'm Bronx. I think I'm Bronx.
Yeah.
I
You're
think me
Brooklyn.
and Elliot Stabler from Law and Order SVU might be hanging out in Queens. I'm getting
Yeah.
Queens vibes.
Yeah. I see that from
But I
Molly.
want to be Manhattan. How do I get to be Manhattan?
Ditch your family.
Ditch the family. Yeah.
Go live in a tiny apartment.
You got to be a little more corporate.
Yeah, you're definitely not corporate.
Basically corporate.
Goodbye flannel, hello pantsuits.
Yeah, your flannel is not like Brooklyn flannel. Your flannel is like Wisconsin flannel that you got on right now to kind of
Yeah.
keep yours is like, I'm cold and I want to put this
Yeah.
on sort of flannel.
Flannel in the summer kind of flannel.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's what we got there. So we got Brooklyn, Matt Hamilton. We got Bronx, Jim Rutledge. You think Queens?
I'll say Queen.
Queens
Queen
for
Ball.
Molly Brown and Primetime.
Does that leave me Staten Island?
Well, you could double up. We don't all have to live in different areas.
Well, I kind of
But
don't
you
want to
kinda
live in
give
the
off
same
Pete
area.
Davidson vibes, so you know you could
Pete
get
Davidson?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like the forgotten borough across the river. Yeah. I'm on the other side of the glass. It kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, you're Staten Island.
You are Staten Island.
I'll take it.
All right.
Keep it down over there.
Sorry.
All right, this is Rutledge and Hamilton. Chiming in on what borough do you think we are from? Matt Hamilton was the easiest answer. I think mine at Bronx was pretty easy, too. 844-770-3776. Also, I want to get to, so I had a heck of a juxtaposition. I'm in New York, and like there's public transit everywhere. I'll tell you what, I'm not driving. I won't do it. Like I thought I could drive anywhere.
No.
There is a piece of paper space
You couldn't
between
pay me enough to drive in New
a
York.
downtown. Like you get to
Right.
the other. There's literally a piece of paper. The moves, and normally I think Teslas are extra, but the moves, like this Tesla guy was smart because he had like the cameras everywhere. Because otherwise, how do you not think you're smashing into someone at all times? Because he'd be driving and like I'd be getting stressed for a minute, and then finally I just said, "Forget it. It's not my car. I don't
Yeah.
care." But they're like, he's like half up on the street, and then like cars are coming. Like you can't see the end of the other car because of how close they are to this car the whole time when you were downtown New York. Cops are pounding on the hood of cars, trying to direct traffic. People are yelling and screaming. There's lanes that I don't even know exist that people are disappearing in. It was insane. So that
Yeah.
part of it. So I go from that, but then I went camping, and so then you go
about it.
Blanchardville, Wisconsin, down at Yellowstone Park, where I love Yellowstone State Park. The cell phones barely work there. But we had one of these moments. So I want to know what you would do, and you can chime in on this, 844-770-3776. And Matt and Molly, two different, and Prime as well, different aspects, areas in your life here. So we're at the beach. And at a state park, for most state parks, and it's pretty public knowledge now that at a state park, there is a dog beach. And state parks are very dog friendly. It's literally basically like playgrounds, and the beach is the only place you can't have your dog. There's like some trails because they don't want the dogs to like trample the natural stuff around it. But like if they wandered off, they could ruin something.
Right.
Other than that, though, like I would say 80% of state parks, dogs have free reign over. They're on a leash, super dog friendly. But the beach is not one of them, and I understand that. Like there's water there, dogs can drink the water. And ocean water is more of an issue. I remember that when I lived in Florida.
Right.
Like you don't bring your dog to the beach because they drink ocean water. There's a disaster everywhere. It's disgusting. Like they will poop.
That is news
everywhere.
to me.
Oh yeah,
It's the salt water?
yeah.
Huh. I'd be more worried about my dog getting attacked by a shark.
That's not going to happen.
It's kind of like if you're drinking water down in Mexico.
Yeah.
with a
Oh.
dog.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
you don't want them doing that at a beach.
Yes. So, anyways, this lady came down with her dog, and I think initially everyone was kind of watching and was like, "All right, you're here with your dog. If you just want to let your dog cool off for a second, because there's two parts of it. Like, I have a dog. Our dog's in the camper. It's part of the reason we have a camper. She's up there. She's in the AC. We took her for a nice long hike before we went down to the beach. We knew to be there for a while. So but we didn't bring her down there because we know, hey, everyone
aren't allowed.
Yeah, everyone wants their dog at the beach.
Right.
Can't do it. So she
Right.
brings her dog down. We're like, fine. You want to bring the dog in? Cool off. Go back. No, she just ends up like pulling the dog off the leash a little bit, and finally, like I'm starting to get out of the water because I'm like, I'm going to say something because this is like, like in a nice way, but like,
Every beach needs a white knight,
right? Well,
right? You need to protect the
there was
rest
a lot of there was a lot of
beach.
us. Well, I was waiting a while, and I was like, I guess
This
nobody.
is Gotham Beach, in
Right, yes.
Blanchardville, right?
Yeah, but I was like, nobody's going to say anything. So finally I got up because there's like little kids around, the dogs jumping on them. It's just rude. So I went up, but another woman, as my wife called it, like a mama bear came in there, and she was aggressive. And like, because I would not have been aggressive because a guy coming up aggressive, and her husband's there too, and I'll get to him in a minute because he was the one I had a bigger problem with. So the woman came up, and you could see her just gestating and just be like over there, and like huge motions of like the dog reaches over there,
yeah.
not messing around, and the other
Okay,
lady
just super animated.
yes, and now
Okay.
the lady being told about was not happy about it. But the part that blew my mind is that
nobody wants to, I mean, first of all, I think the woman who's explaining to her animated where she should be is justified in doing so.
Yes.
But like, if you're gonna come in hot, you got to expect people to go on the defensive.
But here's why she came in hot, because here's the other part of it. So one, nobody knew, like honestly, it caught me by surprise that this woman had a child there. And this child was young because they had like floaties on, not a life jacket, floaties, and they had like a little blow up.
What's the difference?
A life jacket actually is safe. Like
Yeah.
floaties are like little rings if you're in the pool with your
Oh yeah, I rocked water wings.
Yes,
you kidding
but
me?
your parents are probably nearby, or they should have been.
I'd say probably.
I would say they were. Your parents are good parents.
My
But like,
mom got hit with a puck.
what's that? Yes.
My
But,
parents
like,
were somewhere.
My girls go in the water, even if they have a life jacket on, I'm still keeping an eye on
Yes.
them. I'm still with, like, I'm on the beach if they're in the water.
You're
Those
within
people were
feet of
set
them.
back
Yeah.
from the beach on the grass, and like, that's why I was surprised they had a small child, because
Right.
that is too far away to be from your kid, regardless of that age. But anyways, earlier,
Parenting tips.
my wife was in the water, and she likes to eavesdrop. My mom called it dipping, where like you listen to someone else's conversation.
Yeah.
Because like she's like not paying attention to me. I'm like, what's going on? She's like, these women over here are very upset. And there was like a big foam, kind of rectangle thing. You usually see it like around like a lake house or like a boat pulling behind. There was like 8 or 9 kids on it. They're running around having a great time.
Oh, a lily pad.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. So above it, there's a drone. And I thought nothing of it because I figured like that was associated with them. And then the women are getting upset. And I only say the women because the dads I mean, they're probably on the beach or whatever. Like, it was just the moms in the water. But anyways, they're getting very upset because they're like, who has this drone? Who's this creep hovering over our kids with this drone?
Okay.
The creep was married to the woman with the dog on the beach.
Lovely couple.
Because that's who I was coming over. Because then he was like hovering over other people that he shouldn't be hovering over. And I was like, what are you doing here, man? Because one, common courtesy says you wouldn't have a drone out in public over
Right.
people, especially in swimming suits.
Maybe that's how they're keeping an eye on their kid so far away.
Maybe.
Technology's a beautiful
Honestly,
thing.
But
no.
that's incredibly trashy and horrible, though. Like, because the state parks, for most of them, it's posted like you can't have it in public places, you can't have it over campsites, like
Yeah.
you know, like, and you can't have it just over the beach where there's kids in swimsuits and adults in swim. Like, this is you can record on that thing, like you can't do that.
Right.
So even if that was their thought process, doesn't work still because
No, I'm not justifying
I know,
it. I'm
but
just
you can see your kid from where they were.
heard of a baby monitor,
But
but this is ridiculous.
The side, I'll put it like this: you could see they could see their kid from where they were, but the physical, they could use a trip or 100 to cover World Health. Like it would have taken them. Like I would have had to save their kid. Like someone else would have had to save their kid because if something had gone wrong,
That's
they're
how
not
far
getting.
away it
Yeah,
was.
they're not getting there at all. And so,
tisk.
who's more in the wrong? The dad with the drone or the mom with the dog just mucking it up in the water?
Mom with the dog. The drone thing, that's not as commonly posted. I imagine the no dogs at the beach, dogs must stay on their leash. That's probably posted every 25 feet at a state park.
I think the third option
is just the distance between them and their kid. That's the worst part of it.
That is absolutely the worst part.
But if I had
That
to
wasn't
choose
an
from
option, Molly.
well, but I think you might have still said the dog.
Yeah. Maybe. The kid had water wings. It'd be another thing if it didn't have water wings.
Those do not save you. There's a reason why you're not allowed to wear like puddle jumpers into like swim lessons and all like different pools and stuff because they're not safe.
I didn't say it was safe. You said it's not. They're not breaking any rules.
I'm just a helicopter mom. Like I brought my son to a splash pad this weekend. And, like he's taking swimming
Water
lessons
wings
and all
at
the
the
things.
splash pad?
No.
Okay.
It was like nobody else was
They're
like
not
around.
safe. Life vest, obviously.
Nobody else was around their kid like on the splash pad. And granted, like he was the youngest one there, but like he walks, he runs, he does all the things, right? But like every time that he wanted to go to the water, I'm right out there next to him because I'm like, if he even like sticks his face in it, he could drown. Like I don't know.
Oh, they could fall. Look.
They could fall. All the things.
I got irrationally mad and I had to gather myself with a kid. He was probably about 3, and Rosie was a babe, like young enough to sit up on her own at a splash pad. She was sitting down, and this doofus, uncoordinated, goofy boy just comes running through and just plows her over. I was infuriated. I mean, I gathered myself and consoled her, and I was mostly just upset at the parent. Like,
right.
Where are you? You got this big doofus of a kid. Rein him in. Because you can't have nobody came up. Mm-hmm. Like if my kid accidentally did that, I would immediately be like, "Oh my, is your kid okay?" Mm-hmm. I'm sorry that I didn't have the reins on my big doofus of a kid. So like,
that'd be me too.
Point,
like I would take accountability.
So after that, I was like around her. I was like, if a kid comes around, they're just gonna get elbowed.
No,
like if they come close to my kid, they're getting dropped. Because my baby's not getting knocked over again.
No, yesterday, and like I said, there was like nobody else. There was nobody else around like their kids. They were all sitting on the benches around it. I get it. But, like, I would be out there with my son, and, like, I'm playing in the water with him, whatever. And, like, these older kids, like, I mean, some of them are 6, 7 years old, but that's still 6 years older than my son, 5 years older than my son, that, like, they would come over and just start playing with the things he's playing with. And I'm like, come on. Like, he's literally the youngest one here, and he can only play with the toys that are down below, like, low enough to his level, because all the other ones that shoot so much water, they scare him. Yeah. And I'm just like looking, I'm like, is anybody going to grab their kid? Like my kid is like, it was every single one. So I would take him to a different one. They would follow to the next one. I'm like, come on. Like, I don't know if they want to play with me because I'm like, I look like a fun adult or like what, but I'm
cool
just
mom.
like.
Kid's already a trendsetter.
Basically.
Yeah.
I know.
Cool mom for Molly there.
We do have some text though. Tyler in Sun Prairie says, Jim, you forgot Staten Island characteristics of opinionated, loud, obnoxious, and annoying. Ryan, I think he's talking about you.
Nailing it.
But he said, but luckily you're still a blast and most people like you. I don't know if that's talking about Jim or about Ryan being in Staten Island.
I think he's saying that I should be in Staten Island.
Maybe you should be
Yeah.
in Staten Island.
Gotcha. And then Daryl in Deerfield chimes in.
Jim.
He says, was she gestating or gesticulating? Big difference.
And that's why
I don't know.
why I fumbled it up because I know there's a difference, and I don't know which one I was supposed to say.
I don't know
so
what either
I
one of them
just
means.
shot the middle because I was like, I don't know what word. I started to say it, and I was like, I would imagine like gestating because you're gesturing.
I would imagine just it's
Gestate, I
gesturing.
believe, is when you're. Never mind.
Gestational age, that's like a childbirth thing. Ryan, can you Google this? Google gestating and gesticulating. Be sure to do it on your work computer.
Gesticulating
Yeah, I
because
don't know about
gestating,
that.
I believe, is like processing food.
And then gyrating.
your digestion.
And can you also look up gyrating? Yes.
Okay, I got it, guys.
Yes.
Don't worry.
We're going to play a little game here before we go to break. Everyone's favorite game. Is this person a sports figure or a member of Revive Restoration? Matt, tell us about our good friends at Revive Restoration.
Man, I can't say enough good things about him right now. My gym is finally and running. Not good, Jim.
Thanks to Revive Restoration.
Yeah, Revive
Jim
might
is
not
up
be
and
able
running.
to revive this live read, but
I'm
they
just
can
proud
help
that I
you
am
revive your
his.
home or business, whether it's water damage, mold, fire damage, smoke damage, maybe it's asbestos removal, and a whole lot more. You can go to revivepros.com. Check out all the wonderful services they have, the 24-hour hotline if you have an emergency that you need to take care of, or you can call Revive Restoration, ask for Gina, and tell them Jim and Matt sent you. Ryan, what do we got?
And Matt, I want to know, is Garrett Mitchell an employee at Revive Restoration or current Brewers player? Garrett Mitchell.
I'm going to say Garrett Mitchell sounds like a guy who might have close to a 400 batting average, but that sounds like a Revive Restoration tech who's probably batting 1,000.
Unfortunately, no, Matt Hamilton. Garrett Mitchell.
Brewer.
Haven't you been studying the Brewers lineup? You say that that's what you do for every
He's not
minute
in
to win it.
Not to his defense, he's not currently in the lineup.
He just was returned to the lineup. He was activated off 60-day IL after missing the start of the season with a fractured left index finger. And by the way, Matt, he hit .318 over 12 games with AAA Nashville for the Brewers.
I'm pretty sure that was in a Sports Center.
Probably Riley's, the one right before the show.
About someone who got back from a broken finger. Should pay attention to the name.
I think so, yeah. He's come back from a broken finger, though, and just like over at Revive Restoration, maybe he'll revive his season with the Brewers.
All right.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
When you're in the right place at the right time, things get done. The important things, like knowing what you need and how it all works. Talking truck. Fixing it right the first time. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, our people get it done right and now. That's how you know you're in the right place at the right time. And you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet.
Forward Madison FC's professional soccer season is underway, and they want you to pack out Breeze Stevens Field. Need a night out with the whole family? Try the Forward Madison Family Special presented by MG&E. Score a ticket to the match, a meal, and an FMFC scarf, all for just $25 per person. Visit forwardmadisonfc.com to purchase your tickets today. That's forwardmadisonfc.com. Forward Madison, fun for all.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Greg Scalzo here for Buck and Honeys. Congratulations to the perennial Best of Madison Award winner by the folks at Madison Magazine. Meet me at Buck and Honeys to celebrate Wisconsin hospitality. Whether you're enjoying the view on the Yahara River in Monona, exploring Wanakee, visiting the OG in Sun Prairie, or checking out the new location in Mount Horeb, you can enjoy the Buck and Honeys experience in a neighborhood near you. Serving lunch and dinner 7 days a week with brunch every Saturday and Sunday. I'll see you at Buck and Honeys.
Hey Madison, this is Kayla Conklin. I'm the president of the Urban League of Greater Madison Young Professionals, and we are an auxiliary organization off of the Urban League of Greater Madison for ages 21 to 40. If you are a young professional in the city and you're looking for a space to do community service, volunteerism, civic engagement, and network and grow as a young professional, we would love to have you. Please visit our website, www.ulgmyp.org, to register and learn more.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
Welcome back to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
No sleep till!
We were having a good show. Kind of fun listening to Jim's recap in New York, figuring out what suburb, or what is it called? Division of New York? Borough.
Division. Stock Street.
Go to Stock Street.
Shut up. Whatever.
It's a New York gal right there.
I thought we were, exactly. I belong in Manhattan. I thought we were having a good show. Rutledge is an idiot guy. He begs to differ. He says, my God, this show is hard to listen to. Tighten it up, idiots.
Savage.
Fine.
Tighten it up, idiots. I like that for, I don't know, like a new catchphrase. Should that be on our Rutledge and Hamilton presidential ticket? Tighten it up, idiots.
I kind of like it. It's kind of great advice, though. Like life advice. Am I
It is
wrong?
good life advice.
It reminds me of...
Tighten it up. Can mean your ass or your, like, work.
Okay.
No?
Never mind.
Sorry.
Spicy
I can
for
say
sure.
that, right? What? You guys all looked at me like, oh, God,
I
you
was
can't say
I was
that.
trying to make a rep. I was like, is that when the movie Wedding Crashers, or is it Old School, where Vince Vaughn's like, gotta lock it up. You better lock it up. Lock it up.
That's Wedding Crashers.
That is Wedding Crashers.
Yes. So tighten it up, lock it up.
Yeah.
It is good life advice.
It
Every
is
once in a
good
while,
life
you're like,
advice,
I'm
yeah.
sure you're on the ice once in a while. Matt Hamilton. Molly Brown with you, Jim Rutledge. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. We have Evan Cohen joining us in a little bit. Primetime behind the glass. Every once in a while, I'm sure you're on the ice. Go lock it up, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely. There's certainly times where you get distracted, go off on a tangent, maybe not focus. You gotta bring it back, and that's what we do. That's the best part about this show.
Hey,
we bring it around the horn.
People like us. Hopefully, we won Best of Madison. Thanks to everyone who voted for us. Best radio team in Madison. So here's our sports question here. And the Bucks are out there making moves on the margins at the moment. And we'll see where those go. They signed DeLon Wright, which I guess probably is like a Javon Carter or Pat Bev replacement. Carter was on a team 2 years ago. A better three-point shooter than Pat Bev, but probably not the defender that Bev was. DeLon Wright will be a nice fourth guard in a perfect world. Sometimes your third guard, but you're going to go with Dame.
So how many minutes is this guy, would you predict, like 15 or less?
Probably right in that 15 or less, right in that window. Like right in that window. And then you're looking at Stanley Umude. That's a two-way contract. He is 25, so he's almost like their draft pick that might be able to help this year, since they drafted two guys that'll help in the year 2032. And so...
Jeez. I mean, they're both 19, so we get it.
167 pounds was the weight of their first-round draft pick.
I mean, Giannis couldn't have been a lot heavier than that when he was drafted.
Okay, but what about all the other Marshawn Beauchamp and all the other bums they've drafted?
Dare use Marshawn
But anyways,
Beauchamp's name.
he's 25 years old, 6'10" wingspan, and last year didn't shoot a lot of threes, but shot 45% from three. So like there is defense when you're 6'6" and your wingspan is 6'10". That means you are going to be a good defender.
Right.
Because good luck trying to get around that.
Well, that's
and then
interesting,
being
because
able to
we found out Ryan was 6 feet tall, but he said his wingspan was like 7'7" last week.
Oh, we forgot to measure it.
My wingspan?
Yeah,
I didn't say my wingspan was. I accidentally said AJ Johnson's wingspan was 7'7".
He's 6'7", but his wingspan's 7'7".
I got him confused with the wingspan of the other guy. Yeah.
And then you got the Milwaukee Brewers, who you were telling me earlier, was it John Heyman who reported that the Brewers are likely not to do anything as far as acquiring
That was Ken Rosenthal from The Athletic, mentioned that they're unlikely to actually try and acquire any starting pitching depth, even though that's the key position of need for them. They're going to be starting their 15th starting pitcher of the season tonight. That's a league high for the MLB.
And
sounds like a lot of depth.
Yeah.
15 starting pitchers.
Yes.
That means they've had that many injuries.
They need frontline help. They have Colin Ray and Freddie Peralta. That's it. The rest is a bunch of just dudes that maybe they work, but more likely than not, it'll fit. Their lineup is World Series caliber. Their pitching staff is borderline not AAA caliber at this, outside of their top two guys, and that's going to bite them. Their closer's solid, and so this is what I wanted to talk about. And also in baseball, honestly, if I was a betting man, I would bet Willie Adames gets traded. That is more likely than the Brewers trading for a starting pitcher. The best case scenario is they trade Willie Adames for someone that is like a young pitcher on a really good team that maybe doesn't have a spot in the starting rotation on that team, but could be a starter for the Brewers. Because otherwise, Willie Adames is going to walk for nothing, and I don't see them doing that. And I don't see them paying Willie Adames.
But if the Brewers are hot right now, why wouldn't they make any moves in order to make themselves better?
Their entire existence is having prospects. If they trade prospects, they can't backfill. So if they try to go in and trade a prospect, every year they're going to lose people through attrition because they don't want to pay anyone. So when they trade prospects that are supposed to come up and backfill. If they trade those players, they don't have the backfill. So they can't make win-now trades because they don't have the backfill for it. And this team doesn't want to operate like a professional team that spends money. They want to be a team that's perpetually fun.
Even if you want to be that team, couldn't you try and go all in 1 year and then spend 2 years reloading with that backfill?
And this would be the year to do it, right?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think so. They have, but here's the other part of it. They're so far away from the Dodgers and Phillies. This is not the year to do it. Like they
Is there ever going to be a year to do it if the Dodgers and Phillies are always going to be paying out the wazoo for all the best players in the league?
Maybe not.
Like, the Dodgers are playing one player more than the entire Brewers roster this year.
Yeah, the Brewers have 0 proven pitchers in the playoffs on their roster. They would need to add more bullpen help and another starter, probably 2. And that's a lot to give up. Like, they have more holes. They are a fun team that's good. But when you compare them to the Phillies or the Dodgers or the Braves, all who have better World Series odds and basically have the same odds as San Diego, I'll give the Brewers being better than San Diego, even though I think San Diego has won the season series against them. But they are far away from the Phillies and the Dodgers, and I think the Braves are pretty far ahead as well. We had to talk to Evan Cohen. We can ask him about what the Brewers will do. We can ask him about DeLon Wright. Is 14 games enough for him to get heat culture that he can bring to Milwaukee? Like, is that something that can happen? And look, he's a New York guy. Maybe he's got an opinion on our Burrows. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Need more of Judgmental Jim? Subscribe to the Rutledge and Hamilton podcast, presented by Revive Restoration, wherever you get your podcasts.
Step into nostalgia with the Miller High Life Dive Bar of the Week. Listen to Rutledge and Hamilton every Thursday, and we will let you know where you can enjoy $2 Miller High Lifes. To celebrate our love for dive bars, me and Matt are going to tell you about some of our favorites, featuring one extra special dive bar that will have $2 High Lifes on special for the week. Taste the champagne of beer in its natural environment. A delightfully different dive bar in Wisconsin, like Paul's Neighborhood Bar, the Pub at Pleasant Springs, the Shack Bar and Grill, and the Sundown Saloon.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Tracks.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV. Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues. This season, spring into adventure together in the Chevy of your choice.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Since 1961, Stoughton Trailers has been a family-owned and operated business with 3 generations calling Stoughton home for over 60 years. To continue their growth and support for their local community, Stoughton Trailers is building a new corporate headquarters right here in Stoughton. This new HQ is designed to promote the physical, mental, and business health of Stoughton Trailers and its employees. Stoughton Trailers, looking forward to the limitless possibilities that lie ahead. Stoughton Trailers, the best is yet to come.
Stoughton Health, in collaboration with patient and family advisors, seeks to advance the healthcare experience at Stoughton Health by providing a forum for past patients and families to provide feedback on a variety of healthcare and other related topics. Advisors offer constructive feedback on their personal journey at Stoughton Health, helping to elevate the patient experience and increase satisfaction. Interested? Please call Amy at 608-873-2308.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
This update is sponsored by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Fans, here's your Quick Trip to the Ballpark ticket offer. Spend $200 at participating Quick Trip locations and get a free Terrace Reserve ticket to a 2024 Brewers home game. Check brewers.com/quicktrip for more details. Join UW Credit Union at uwcu.org. Insured by NCUA.
Hey there, this is stand-up comedian and Whitewater alum Kevin Bozeman. You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Go Warhawks!
Searching for
Believe it or not, I did listen. I made a New York playlist, Matt Hamilton. I know you're a big playlist guy. I did make a New York playlist. This is on it. This is Taylor Swift. This is you walk around New York and you hear this song, it feels even a little bit brighter. Jim Rutledge with you, Matt Hamilton, Molly Brown. This is Rutledge and Hamilton presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
Primetime Wollersheim as well. We're live from the Everlight Solar Studio. We are now joined by, do we call him Mr. New York? For this show, he is clearly Mr. New York because he's got a lot more New York experience
and he's
than
got
any
that
of us.
Empire State of Mind.
But he does.
Yeah,
and he's
baby.
a UW-Madison alum. Evan Cohen. Evan, I didn't see you out in New York. I thought we'd have hang out, have some waters together, get a bite to eat at pizza, something. I don't know. Where were you?
What a terrible job by Jim Rutledge. Let me give you, Matt and Molly, some stories here about Jim. This is I haven't even addressed this with Jim. He doesn't even know what I'm about to say.
Perfect.
So Jim weeks before going to New York reached out to me and said, hey, I'd love to come by and see the studios for Unsportsmanlike in the mornings on ESPN Radio and here on ESPN Madison. And I said, okay, what days? And he gave me the days, and I said, well, Jim, I'm not going to be there for that because the NBA draft actually took place at the Seaport Studios where we do the show. Okay, so they cleared everybody out. And when I say everybody, I mean Get Up was cleared out of there, First Take was cleared out of there, everything was cleared out of there because the NBA took over for the second round of the draft. It was an NBA operation. So the entire operation of the normal operation was moved to Bristol, Connecticut, the main headquarters for ESPN. Okay, no big deal. Jim knew that I was going to be in Connecticut. He was going to be in New York. It wasn't going to work this time. No big deal. 1 week prior to Jim's arrival, I had a member of our Good Karma Brands team, that's the parent company that owns ESPN Madison, reach out to me and say, hey, Jim Rutledge is going to be in New York, wants to see the studios, and is going to bring some people by to the studios. What time are you available? And I said, I'm not, as I told Jim Rutledge. I don't understand. Did you go to someone else to think that my answer would be different, Jim? Is that what you did?
No. I will take full responsibility of it. That I just didn't. You told me, but someone was trying to help as well, and I forgot to tell them that you had already told me no.
When Dad says no, you go ask Mom. What do you want?
Right. And honestly,
but Matt, here's the thing. But Matt, it's not even that. I gave him the reason why.
Yeah.
I said nobody's allowed
What does
in
he know?
there. Why? So what is it? So the NBA and Jim Rutledge are the only two entities that are allowed into that studio? It's like Bronny James and Jim Rutledge. Those are the people that are allowed in.
That sounds about right to me. I don't know.
He just wanted you to swing some of that weight you carry around. It's like, yeah, I know the draft's going on, but my friend Jim Rutledge really wants to see this studio.
Yeah.
But you put me in an uncomfortable spot because now I'm just like, why the heck is this happening? I was nice to the person who reached out, but it was kind of a weird move by you. I got to be honest.
Yeah, no.
Like as if you thought I was lying to you.
Yeah, no, that's 100% my fault.
It sounds like typical Jim Rutledge, if I'm being honest.
Absolutely.
Well, he just wanted to paint you as a bad guy.
You know what?
Clearly.
No, it's just an opportunity to get a different yes. That's all it was, and I was just trying to figure out a solution.
What do you mean a different yes? Wait, I want to go to Molly on this. You said this sounds like typical Jim Rutledge. Why? What thought does this trigger for you on this?
So I deal with Jim just in my radio life. Sorry. I collaborate with Jim quite often on the radio, and then as well as my other full-time job. There's just a lot of Jim Rutledge-isms that I have to deal with and that I'm used to. And like I said, it just sounds like a Jim thing.
People like me.
Rutledge-isms.
Wait, so okay, let's play out a scenario.
That's the best word for it.
So basically, I don't want to give too much away, but so I'll just do it this way. So Molly, you basically run the place, all right? So like big events, let's just say this. If there's a big event going on with ESPN Madison, right? And Jim says, hey, I'd love to get some extra tickets for the event. 100%. And you say, I'm sorry. You know I would normally hook you up, but unfortunately we only have 20 tickets, and they've already been distributed. You're then saying that, like, Tausch will call you and say, hey, you got 2 extra tickets for Jim.
Yep.
Like, he'll just do that, basically.
Basically. Like, that is exactly what would happen. He would find another way of getting those tickets that he wants because he needs those tickets.
That's terrible, Jim.
That is terrible.
That may be a good trait, like, on the streets. It's not a good trait with your teammates.
That's fair. That is fair. I can check myself on that. Matt, do you have any in the roast of Jim Rutledge? Do you have anything you want to share as well?
Oh, this ain't the roast. If you want me to start that, I could do that.
Yeah, I need some time to write some material before I get into you, Jim.
Yeah, you are definitely Mr. On the Spot, ready to go. So. Matt, it is good to see you today. Do you have any questions for Evan today, or are you just along for the ride?
Don't deflect. No. Don't deflect, Jim. Matt took it last time when he was somehow showed up to a show he wasn't on while not being on and being on simultaneously. No. This is your turn today.
Well, that's fine. I gave him the floor to roast me, but he didn't have anything. So, Evan, you can jump back on the roast as well.
Nothing we can say on the air.
Oh, that's fair. You can roast my golf game. It was pretty brutal. You think for how much I golf, I'd be better.
How much you talk about it.
That's true. Coach.
I know. You keep that to yourself until you figure out your game a little more.
So, Evan, we were playing this game a little bit earlier because I've given Matt a few opportunities to bury me, but he hasn't done it. So, we kind of played this, what borough would Matt Hamilton be from? And and I'm not an expert, but I went to Brooklyn, rode the subway, and was around there for a little bit. I just feel like I saw 25 Matt Hamiltons. You're obviously Mr. New York. Is Brooklyn the borough that Matt Hamilton would be most likely to be from?
Yeah, I mean, I could give you the three of you easily. Okay? So I'm going to give you the descriptions as to why. Matt, absolutely Brooklyn. Okay, now why? Brooklyn is wonderful, right? It's people say a lot of hipster, and I'm not saying Matt's hipster.
He is.
But I mean, I've seen Matt with like the man bun at times and like sports that aren't necessarily the stick and ball sports at all times, and just like is naturally fun-loving, happy-go-lucky, and doesn't care that he's different than someone else. Okay, great. That's awesome. So that's Matt. Definitely Brooklyn. Molly, I would say, is like hardcore Manhattan, New York City. She's cool. She has a family. Like, she's confident in herself, a professional, like runs an operation. Definitely Manhattan, okay?
Corporate.
Jim, corporate Molly all of a sudden. Jim, I would say, is the Bronx for this reason. The Bronx is kind of like grimy, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean like hardworking. But like stylistically, Brooklyn and Manhattan are definitely above the Bronx. The Bronx and Queens are like, my dad is from, like, grew up in the Bronx / Queens. Like, that's just like hardworking, lunch pail kind of mentality, and stylistically, maybe a decade behind, and that's kind of Jim. So that's how I would look at the three of you. You've got a little Brooklyn, you got a little Bronx, you got a little Manhattan.
You know what? That's exactly how I wasn't quite as mean on myself about the Bronx part of it, but like that's exactly how we aligned ourselves up here. So talking with Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike. Evan, the other thing we're talking, the Brewers obviously really fun team. How good are they? We don't know. But then you have the Milwaukee Bucks, an older team. How good are they? We don't know. They could be hurt. So we kind of asked the question. The Bucks
Great
windows.
Great take, Jim.
Yes.
Great take.
I know.
How good are the Bucks? We don't know. How good are the Brewers? We don't know.
Exactly.
How good are the Badgers going to be this year? We don't know.
We don't know.
What about
the Badgers are going to win
Not
9
really
games.
Sure. We don't know.
The Badgers are going to win 9 games. They're going to be good this year, Badger football. So
Okay,
basketball.
And how many? Packers? How many wins?
10.
11.
12. Well, I'm going with 10.
So it sounds like we don't know.
No,
it's 12. They just choose not to believe me.
The Bucks window is probably 2 years to get a title, and then it's all done. So we asked the question: who has a better championship window over the next 2 years? The Milwaukee Brewers, who are fighting an uphill battle as far as payroll and maybe willingness to trade to go get pitching, or the Milwaukee Bucks, who could be fighting an uphill battle in age for their players. Who has a better window over the next 2 years?
My answer is going to be a default answer, which is not necessarily fair, but here's how I do it. Right. If I've seen you do it before, it's not hard for me to see you do it again. Right? I've seen Giannis win a championship. I've seen Chris Middleton, who I think is one of the most underrated athletes in the history of Wisconsin sports, win a championship. I've seen Dame Lillard drop 60 points plus in a game. I've seen Brooke Lopez win a championship. I've seen Bobby Portis win a championship. By the way, I've seen Doc Rivers win a championship, just not with this team. So for me, the way I look at it is I would always default to the organization and the group that I've seen do it before, that it's not that crazy for me to see them do it again. I think if the Bucks are healthy, they're as good as any team outside of the Celtics in the Eastern Conference, and it wouldn't even shock me if they beat the Celtics in the playoffs. I think people are too quick to write off the Bucks. I think they're going to still be really good this year if healthy. I think the second year of Dame getting acclimated to the team, having Doc Rivers from start to finish, I think this team has actually become underrated in a weird way.
Evan, what were your thoughts when you saw the Bucks picks trickle in? I mean, they picked two of the youngest guys in the draft, and it doesn't seem like they're necessarily making moves to make a championship happen right now. What were you thinking when they had those draft picks?
Yeah, it's an interesting question because, Molly, a lot of times with these contending teams now, they're looking, or teams that think they should be contending, they're looking for players that can play immediately. For example, the Los Angeles Lakers picked this guy, Dalton Connect, who played at Tennessee, who's like 23 years old, who's going to be able to play for them right away. Also now has the best jersey thing in the NBA. Yep. His number is 4. So it says Connect 4 on his back, which is awesome. Okay, let's go there, actually. Connect 4, underrated game. I enjoy playing Connect 4. If you guys had a choice, Connect 4 or Tic-Tac-Toe, what are you playing?
Oh, it's Connect
4. Giant Connect 4? Have you seen that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I made a huge mistake on the air this morning. I thought the Giant Connect 4 meant you had to connect more than 4. It was so big.
Name doesn't change. It's still the same game.
Yeah. Matt, I know I graduated UW-Madison. Doesn't mean I'm smart.
Apparently. I mean, it's no Boca Raton.
The other part of it. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
It's no Boca Raton. Like, let's be real. You got a little bit better street cred than Jim did here in Madison.
That is true. Jim doesn't even know the name of his own college. Molly, to just finish up the answer, I didn't know the guys they drafted. I don't know the guy that they drafted out of Australia or whatever it is, averaging 3 points a game. So I would have anticipated them drafting a guy who would be more ready to go like they did last year. Like, I love Andre Jackson Jr. out of UConn. I think he's going to be a rotational player. He's kind of a Swiss Army knife that they drafted a year ago. So I was surprised they didn't draft, play-now players to be rotational guys.
That was our biggest takeaway, too. Basically, I wonder how Giannis feels. Because as a Packer fan and as a Wisconsin sports fan, I'm a little gun-shy around drafts right now because the last thing I want to do is upset my superstar. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, so far it kind of looks like it's been working out. Time will tell how that finishes with the Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love saga. But I'm just thinking, is Giannis pouring himself 3 fingers of tequila after seeing these picks? Or is he, maybe wrapped his mind around the ideas maybe the NBA draft doesn't pick up as many, NBA-ready players in their rookie year as you'd think, especially all the way down at 23. Do you think that was going through Giannis's head, or what do you think he was thinking?
You just brought up a really interesting thing. So you still are of the belief that annoying Aaron Rodgers with the Jordan Love pick was a bad thing? Because what happened after that was 2 MVPs.
It wasn't. It's so far it's turned out okay. But at the time, I thought it might have been a disaster.
But, okay, so let's make you the GM of the Packers instead of Goody, right? So Matt Hamilton replaces Goody. Seems like a good move. Brooklyn's own Matt Hamilton now.
Yeah.
So let's say there was a guy that was someone you thought was a perfect fit for your team, but Jordan Love wanted someone else. Let's just call it, there's 2 wide receivers. Wide receiver A, Matt Hamilton, the GM, thinks will be awesome for the Packers. Wide receiver B, Jordan Love wants. You don't think he's that good, wide receiver B. You're telling me you would take wide receiver B because you would still have kind of the after effects from Rodgers?
It's more like the idea for me was that Rodgers is just coming off an NFC championship loss. And the Packers might have only been a piece or 2 away from being a contender against the Bucs that year and maybe, being able to run it back and get over the hump. Instead, they draft a guy with their first round pick who isn't going to be able to contribute that season. Ideally, because Rodgers is going to be the quarterback the whole time. They literally drafted a backup, somebody who can't help out. So, I'm not saying Rodgers would have won a Super Bowl had they gotten T. Higgins instead. But I do think that with T. Higgins or another weapon, who knows what could have happened that second season. So, again, it's more of a thought game. What if, obviously.
Yeah.
And that it just left me a little gun shy, especially when I was such a big Rodgers fan. Still kind of am.
Yeah, see, I would say it the other way. I would say I definitively believe, now how the heck would we know this, but I definitively believe that regardless of who they took, they would not have won a Super Bowl because who Aaron Rodgers became for the Green Bay Packers was never going to allow them to win a Super Bowl.
You don't think he became that because of the pick? Like, that was, to me, the turning point.
I think it was waiting there. I think it was waiting there.
So you think it was always going to happen?
It would have been something else.
Okay.
Yeah, but here's the other thing. I mean, as we all know, MVP does not lead to Super Bowl, right? So it is more likely than not, if they don't pick Jordan Love, he does not win back-to-back MVPs because his motivation is different. It doesn't feel like he's fighting for his job.
True.
In that spot. But I also don't think, like, regardless of the weapons you give him, winning is not something that Aaron Rodgers, to me, should be associated with. He won once, but, like, winning is Tom Brady. Winning is Patrick Mahomes. Winning to some extent is Eli Manning, who's not even in the same stratosphere as Aaron Rodgers in terms of ability. I'm not even saying that. But, like, projecting winning is not something I'm comfortable doing with Aaron Rodgers. Projecting great individual play, I'm cool doing.
Right. Yeah. And individual play doesn't win Super Bowls, that's for sure.
Evan, we had a request on the talk and text line, talking with Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, a UW Madison alum. It was Eric and Madison wanted you. There's 2 boroughs left. I think it was Queens and Staten Island. What ESPN Wisconsin host would you put in Queens and Staten Island?
Ben Brust, Queens, but he'd get his butt kicked because he'd like try to be cool and like try to rap and stuff and like get his butt kicked. And Staten Island, Staten Island is Pete Davidson. Staten Island is Colin Jost. I'm just thinking, is Wu-Tang. I'm just thinking of Staten Island. Who would be Staten Island? That's a tough one.
So you went Davidson, I thought Brust, because they kind of give off the, lovable idiot vibe, but...
Yeah, you're saying Brust, maybe Brust, Staten Island, and Kyle, Queens. Maybe I do that.
There you go. All right.
Hey, you know New York better than I do. What's your favorite slice in New York?
Favorite slice?
Yeah.
It's not in the city. Is that terrible to say? It's in Westchester County, where I live and where I grew up, at a place that had just awesome slice. Now, I'm going to say something. I don't know if I'm going to get destroyed for this. I don't like pizza that's right out of the oven. I like room temperature pizza. I get it off the counter.
So when that cheese is
recongealed? Yeah, kind of. I got to be honest. Like
so
if I get
that cheese pull is not a thing you're looking for when you take a bite.
No, I mean, I don't like this. Like when Portnoy does the one bite, everybody knows the rules, and it's scorching hot.
Yeah,
I couldn't eat it that way. I don't want the string thing hanging down from my mouth. I hate that. I like letting it sit for a little bit.
Oh my gosh, you should bring this to your show because that's a terrible take. You are gonna get destroyed for that.
I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up at some point. I also, I have a rule about the amount of slices you can get. Okay, here's my rule.
Oh boy.
So if I'm gonna eat and really eat, I'm getting 3. All right, but when I'm going somewhere, if I'm ordering a pie at home, who knows how many I eat at that point? But you do the 2+1. It sounds like an NBA contract. You order 2 off the counter for your first sitting. You pretend you're going to get another one. Like, yeah, you know what, I'll get another one. And you know you're getting 3 the entire time, but it seems like an accident. So you do the 2, and then you do the +1 on the way out. That's what you do. That's how you get the 3. You never order 3 right off the bat.
So this might be a dumb question because I've never been in New York City, but do you have to order pizza by the slice, or can you just walk to a pizza place and order a whole pizza? That is not a fake question.
Both.
I don't know.
You can order both.
I've only ever heard pizza by the slice.
You can order them on Stock Street there, Molly.
Yeah.
Molly,
you can get one stock or the whole slice.
Molly, I know I need to lose 10 or 15 pounds. Do you really think I eat an entire pie every time I get pizza?
No, if you're bringing it back for the fam, I don't know. I'm just picturing myself when I go.
If it's my wife and kids, I get a pie. I don't get 2 slices.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Do you all just each order 2 slices, and then it's okay, that was 6 slices. We could have just ordered a whole pizza for that price. You know what I mean?
No, obviously. Yeah,
I love the Midwest sensibility of it.
Family. Yeah. Right, but there's 4 of us. I have my wife, my son, and my daughter. I wouldn't get to each of us 2 slices. We get a pie at that point.
Well, that's my question. I didn't know if you could only get it by the slice.
Well, but Matt didn't ask the best pie in New York. He said the best slice in New York, and there is a difference.
There is a
difference. The quick slice and the pie. It's totally different.
I don't know if I fit in with this New York culture. I honestly don't know.
Earlier today,
Culture. Getting a slice
This is
of
New York
pizza.
culture.
You know how many times? Wait a minute. No, it's not. The amount of times I was on State Street getting a slice of pizza.
Yeah.
I mean, are you kidding me? 1,000,000 times.
That is from one place on State Street.
2. Well, there was another one. It was
I don't
like
know.
Pizza de
I don't
Roma.
want to give free. I don't want to give free
Matt-
plug.
Matt's going to.
No, they're gone. They're the one that's gone now, but you used to be able to get it by the slice there.
Yeah, Molly, like Evan missed it earlier, she referred to Wall Street as Stock Street. So
I couldn't remember.
Molly's getting a little overwhelmed by New York. Just the thought of it.
I mean, she's not wrong. She's not wrong.
No.
She's not right, but she's not wrong.
Yeah, that's where Maui's living lately.
Evan, awesome. Appreciate it. And thanks for the roast.
Yeah.
Mini roast.
There was no roast,
Mini.
Jim. You screwed up.
I did screw up. I screw up regularly. We can
I
just
would
make
sign up for a Rutledge roast.
We can make it a
factual
regular.
story.
We can make it a regular thing.
Perfect.
Awesome, Evan. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
That's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, a UW Madison alum. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Watch every show live and for free on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
LabCorp Clinical Trials is changing to a new name, Fortrea. While the name may be different, Fortrea combines decades of great experience and professionalism with new opportunities for clinical trial participation. It's more than a mission and more than a new name. Fortrea is dedicated to moving healthcare forward. To learn more about the future of healthcare and upcoming clinical trials, visit us at FortreaClinicalTrials.com. That's FORTREA clinicaltrials.com.
Hey, it's Alex Stroh for my great friends at Door County Distillery. Locally produced, handcrafted, and award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. Whether you've got a summer gathering, party, tailgate going on, do it best with Door County Distillery. It can be that cherry vodka made with local Door County cherries, that classic green bottle of gin, the multiple-time award-winning single malt whiskey, or any of the in-betweens. Visit DoorCountyDistillery.com to find the retailer nearest you, as well as a huge list of unique cocktail recipes. That's DoorCountyDistillery.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starry on Bank, with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starry on Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience by going to starryonbank.com. Member FDIC.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Riley Yauk. Luke Fickell continues to thrive on the recruiting trail, as on Monday afternoon, the Badgers got another top recruit from the class of 2025. This time, it's 4-star offensive lineman Hardy Watts. The Brookline, Massachusetts native is 6'6", 305 pounds, the number 1 recruit out of Massachusetts, the 6th-ranked guard in his class, and chose the Badgers over the likes of Michigan and Clemson.
Order today from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and pay as low as $18 per window and $81 per patio door per month. Visit PellaWI.com.
Hey, it's Hunter Vaughn. ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see teams making an impact in their community. Nominate your local team today at ESPNMadisonGameChangers.com.
Grab a Coke and grab some cash with the Coca-Cola Summer Cash Grab, only from Quick Trip. Play daily in your Quick Rewards app for a chance to win up to $250,000. Earn extra chances to enter by purchasing any qualified Coke, Monster Energy, Powerade, Body Armor, Smart Water, or Core Power Elite products with Quick Rewards. Summer just got a whole lot cooler with Quick Trip and Coca-Cola. No purchase necessary. See QuickTrip.com/sweepstakes for details.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Now. We tend not to think about now. We dream about tomorrow, relive yesterday. But right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. Victory over cancer is there for the taking by you, because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory. Learn more at V.org.
Don't give up.
Don't ever give up.
This is stand-up comedian Casey Rocket. You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
Poll question. You can look at it at ESPN Madison. Which team has a better championship window over the next 2 years? The Bucks or the Brewers? Right now, 63% of you say the Milwaukee Bucks. Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton, Molly Brown with you. We are live from the Everlight Solar Studio. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. What do you guys think of that?
I'm not surprised at all. For real, I do think the Milwaukee Brewers just like to break Brewer fans' hearts. Like, they'll probably trade away a star. Willie.
You mean Willie Adames?
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
Like that. Like, it's going to get to the trade deadline. We're going to be, maybe one more, solid starting pitcher away from being a contender, and we're going to get rid of our best player.
The Brewers, and I wrote this down. It's just kind of looking at them. They're more fun than they are great. They're a good team.
Right.
They are the best team in the Central. I do wonder if the Cardinals can catch them, because I thought the Cardinals were the best team in the Central, and then I thought it'd be Cubs and then Brewers, but obviously the Cubs are cooked. But the Brewers, they might be caught, but they've won a lot of one-run games, and they got 5 grand slams in the last week and a half. Like none of that's sustainable. That will even out over the course of the year. So could they come down to earth a little bit? And St. Louis has won 7 out of their last 10. And they've been kind of on an upward streak. They had a horrible start to their year, right, but they've been as good as the Brewers since their bad start. So that's the one team that could chase them down for the division, but the Brewers still, at this point, would be an abject disaster if they weren't at least a wild card team. But likely winning the division.
I was going to say, the Cardinals are 7 games behind them, which is crazy. Or 6.5, sorry.
And that's not that far with a half a season left, basically.
Yeah. But no, I thought Evan Cohen actually said it perfectly, was like, when you have seen a team win a championship, especially in recent years, like the Milwaukee Bucks, it's a lot easier to see them actually winning. Where, like you said, Matt, it feels like the Brewers are always doing things to stay almost similar to the Packers. They're always doing things to stay in contention and be potentially a part of the playoffs consistently, right, but then just nothing elevated and beyond that. Like, right, World Series is very hard to see for me. Would it be awesome? Of course it would, but it'd be crazy.
It's so crazy to think about. And I feel like my problem with the Brewers, and you kind of like hit it on the head, they just are a team that wants to stay in contention, it feels like. So, like, every year, they're relevant, like they're in the mix for playoffs. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's wild card. Maybe they are leading the division. But you could almost bank on an early exit. And it's like, I would sacrifice 10 seasons of bad baseball to win it once, or 9, right, in a 10-year span. Like, why can't we just go all in? And I understand, like, maybe, if we go all in this year and then you're guaranteeing 9 years of bad baseball, that's not good business. Like, I understand it, but Jim says it all the time. If you own a team, a professional sports team, this isn't your cash cow, your moneymaker. This is something that's like a boat. You've got to put more money into it because this should be like a passion project. You're trying to bring a team that you own a championship, and it doesn't feel like the Brewers want to win a championship.
But then all the things you just said about an early exit, you're in contention, you're good during the regular season, you're all the things that make you a quote-unquote good team. But then an early exit, how many times do the Bucks have to do that in order for us to be saying the exact same things about the Bucks that we are about the Brewers?
Well, they won a championship fairly recently, so like it's going to be a while until I start saying that.
Okay, but we're at 2 years straight now that they've had an early exit. I know it's not long in the grand scheme of sports.
They can go for the next, realistically, like I just said, they could probably go 10 more years.
With Giannis on the team.
Well, I mean, I'm always going to feel like we got a shot with Giannis. I would like to see them go all in with Giannis, but obviously it seems more like this. They're in cap hell where they're not going to be able to do that.
But they're in cap hell because they attempted to go all in for Giannis.
Right, and I was fine with that move. Like, I'm cool with that. Making moves and at least trying, like, things aren't always going to work out, and that's okay. This safe route of continuing to bring people up, like prospects up, and then get rid of them once they are as valuable as they could possibly be. The last time the Brewers made a move that was like legitimate, it was getting Christian Yelich.
That was a heck of a move. We're going to take a quick break here, but let me tell you about Chalmers Jewelers, Madison's family jeweler, Madison's custom jeweler. You go in there, you're going to run into either Ruth or Scott or Devin or Garrett, and they're going to make you a great piece of custom jewelry over at Chalmers Jewelers, Madison's custom and family-owned jewelry store. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
Hi, I'm John Hayes of Goodman's Jewelers. It's hard to imagine, but Goodman's has been the diamond store of Madison since 1933, which means your parents, maybe even your grandparents might have shopped with us. We maintain the same high standards, honesty, and integrity that kept them coming back time and again. Keep their history and our history alive. Shop Goodman's Jewelers today in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. We're online at goodmansjewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
Hey, it's Kelly Sheffield, Wisconsin Badgers volleyball head coach. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center update brought to you by Stoughton Health, providing experienced physicians, nurses, therapists, technicians, and staff for a personalized, forward-thinking, expert healthcare. Stoughton Health, trusted care close to home. And starting out close to home, right here for Badgers football, they landed a new commit in 4-star 2025 recruit Hardy Watts today. Watts is a 4-star offensive lineman and the #1 rated recruit from the state of Massachusetts, according to Rivals and 24/7 Sports. And he picked UW over Michigan and Clemson offers. He makes UW's 22nd commitment in the 2025 recruiting class, which is now ranked 15th per 24/7 Sports. Head over to ESPNWisconsin.com for more Badgers news updates this offseason, as well as the varsity tab over on Wisconsin On Demand for all your Badgers fix this offseason. Meanwhile, the Milwaukee Bucks making a few moves at the margin today. They signed free agent point guard DeLon Wright to a 1-year veteran minimum deal, and then they also picked up Stanley Umude on a 2-way deal with, according to Eric Name of The Athletic, 25-year-old appeared in 24 games for the Pistons last year. Meanwhile, the Milwaukee Brewers open a 7-game road trip tonight. Game 1 of 4 against the Rockies tonight, 7:40 p.m.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
You got to chill.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton.
People like me.
That's some booty, Jim.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
Everyone is so mean to me.
I am Jim Rutledge. There is not a lot of things more satisfying than...
It would have been nice to have some strawberries and think, like, oh, hey, maybe my
that's
co-host Jim Rutledge thinks about me on the weekend every once in a while. Instead, I just get texts at like 4 a.m. like, what you wearing from Jim? Bring me strawberries,
I get
Jim.
random TikToks.
I'll just send you pictures of strawberries. You want a picture of like a bagel, a slice of pizza?
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio with Matt Hamilton and alongside downtown Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
It is Rutledge and Hamilton. Molly Brown is here. So is Matt Hamilton. Matt, actually, we can talk about text messages in a minute here. We are presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
And I was around the family. I was camping this weekend. Got a text message from Matt Hamilton on Sunday. And the second I got it, it was at House Camping, and it wasn't in the group text. And you and I text on the side.
Yeah.
But it was just more
You
of
do?
like... Sorry, Molly. He's my side piece in texting. So I got the text and I told my wife, I'm like, I think Matt's angling for something because it was just a random. Like, you didn't text me New York, and I'm fine with that. You didn't text like House New York. We talked and all that stuff, so I wasn't mad. But I was like, it's kind of like your kids, Molly, and if you're listening to your kids, like you can kind of figure out the angles quick. Like if my girls want to watch something. You know the angles, they're working hard. Like
Dada.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that
Daddy,
one. Yeah.
please.
First of all, find out how they're doing. You know?
Yeah.
You gotta ease
Butter
your way
them
into
up.
it.
Little
Pretend like you care about what's going on with them first.
Yeah, a little big.
Pretend.
Yeah, a little ask sandwich here. You gotta go soften it up a little bit. But like I'm on to them.
Been around for 35 years. I know how to play the game.
But Matt, here's where I'm going to give you a piece of advice. You got to send a few non-ask, just check it. So if you just randomly check, I know it's coming.
Yeah.
If you just check it like, hey, how's camping? Then you don't ask for anything. Then I'm like, okay. Then the next time you might catch me off guard.
Yeah, but then you're going to be waiting for my next text when I'm.
Then I'm like, oh my
God,
God, Matt was just asking how camping was. So, what a nice guy.
Thank you.
But that was not the case. So you are not on the show on Wednesday, is what I gather. Is that what's happening here? Yes. And what are you doing?
I'm going to get a head start on the festivities of the 4th of July weekend.
You are Mr. America.
And I've got a
He holds no Army rank. He's just Mr. America. He's not Captain America.
I've got a rockin' good playlist to listen to. I did send it to Ryan. I don't know if he's going to post that.
Now, you guys made a playlist with our fans on Friday.
We did. Shout out to the Rutledge and Hamilton fam.
Yeah, we got a real good road trip playlist. Thanks to all you guys. And I'm going up. I'm going to go up a little early. I'm going to make a little pit stop on the way to the family cabin and go play a little golf, I think.
Yeah? Awesome.
Yeah, a little round at Sand Valley. No big deal.
Nice.
No big deal. You say that because you think you're cool.
Well, wait.
I know
no.
I'm cool.
It's Sand Valley is great, but all right, if you can tell us about the course. Because honestly, I'm not even a big golf person, but I was in New York, and I was telling people who were with me who were big golf fans, had never been to Wisconsin to golf. And I said, you know what? Whistling Straits, heck, even University Ridge, and then obviously there's the TPC coming up here, and then obviously Sand Valley, but you told me about a new course at Sand Valley.
Yes, so they have a couple new courses this year. There's one called the Sedge, and the one that I'm going to be playing, it's called the Lido, and this is the New York tie. It actually used to be a really wonderful golf course in New York State called the Lido, and then it got built over for like the war effort, basically, in the 40s, I believe, World War II, and what happened is they lost all of the design for this golf course. All they had was like the top down layout. So what happened is this guy who is probably had like a grandfather or something that played this course and told him this story. They say the Lido is the greatest course you'll never play because this course was taken down. Well, this guy basically started like a Reddit or a chat forum for the Lido, took photos that anyone might have of the Lido, and then use like the golf course designer in a video game to recreate it, and ended up getting in touch with an architect who got involved with the people that do Sand Valley, and they decided that they were going to take these plans that he made in a video game, convert them over to actual golf course architecture software, and they were going to remake this course that was supposedly dead to the world. And now it is back, the New York famous Lido golf course, back in Wisconsin at Sand Valley, and I'm super excited to play it.
All right,
and Matt's ditching us for that. Basically, it was a long way of Matt explaining why he's ditching us on Wednesday.
Well, so I guess I can lead into my question is, how difficult / how much clout do you have to have in order to golf at this golf course?
So I think, Sand Valley, it's like a golf resort area, right? A couple of their courses, I believe Mammoth Dunes and Sand Valley, are the two courses that are always open to the public. And then I think the Lido is going to become one of those. And then the Sedge is going to be a course just for people staying on the grounds.
Okay.
So I do believe this year the Lido might be public, but it's been booked since last year when it opened in the middle of the summer. So this course is booked all summer.
So you had to have an in, is what you're telling us.
Yes, my friends are staying up there this weekend, so I'm basically riding off their clout coattails.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's like my favorite thing to do is ride other people's clout coattails. I've got enough clout that I've been distributing. I've had people riding my coattails. It's fun to ride on someone else's.
I need to take a ride on your coattails. I have not done it yet.
Yeah, well, we can go on the boat. That is the epitome of riding on Matt's coattails. I should have named my boat coattails.
My wife made a request because I was like,
Whoa,
I keep on having this boat. I want to get a boat, and my wife says, it's not happening. I'm like, we'll rent a boat when we go up north. She's like, still no. She's like, doesn't Matt have a boat? I'm like, yeah, I just really want to take the girls on. She's like, I don't have to. I was like, he'd take us out. I was like, I don't want to go on a boat. Like, can he just take you and the girls? And the girls want to go on a boat. You want to go on a boat. Can you just scratch that itch? So my wife has a request at some point.
You take the girls out on the boat?
Yeah, well, I'll go
take
with
the
you.
whole Rutledge family.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
I imagine you would just, here you go, man. I'm dropping them off. Me and
Well,
the
you
wife
said
are
the
going
girls,
out on
like,
a date
yeah.
night. I wouldn't do that because I'd put them in water wings and be like, they're good. Apparently, that's not safe.
That's a good question.
Throw them
Hey,
off, see if they can swim.
Well, I
You know
mean,
what?
I'd have a
I wanna-
drone floating above them so I could watch them.
You know what? I want to post that. I want to post that question. Would you trust? We'll put on at Jim and Matt.
Matt
Would you
to
trust Matt
babysit?
Hamilton to babysit your kids
On a boat?
on a boat?
Oh,
No,
wow.
here's
Not
the
on a
thing.
boat.
The answer is probably no all around. But on a boat?
Yeah, and not Matt, just Matt. Matt and Jen, I'm in.
Yeah. Jen's there. Yeah, you can trust us.
No. I would fully trust you if you're on land with my son, but on water, no.
And it's not that.
boat, and it's got like rails, guardrails all around. Like
You don't understand kids.
You
They
know,
will
there's
get
no
into
margin for error
anything.
on a boat.
Exactly.
Like that's
I
Like,
mean,
you're keeping two
let's
eyes on them
remember,
the entire
guys,
time.
Let's remember, like, I'll get passed by like ducks on this boat. This
Yes.
boat is not particularly quick. It's not dangerous in any
It's not the
fashion.
speed I'm worried about.
it's the water surrounding the boat.
Yeah, but like I'm on the boat. I can at most only be 26 feet away from anyone at any
Okay,
given time.
But in Molly's case, a baby's going straight to the bottom. Like that is an
I
anchor.
thought babies float.
That is an anchor. Like,
He doesn't know how to tread water at this point, my friend. He does not.
yeah,
I
Tyson's
said.
going down like a Tyson chicken, just straight to the
Water
bottom.
wings. Problem solved.
Life jacket.
Okay, and a life jacket. Sure.
No, see, my son can go on your boat if your wife is there.
Okay.
But
fair.
that's about it.
Because at least it's an extra set of hands.
Yes.
Yeah.
And eyes.
And eyes.
And
yeah.
ears.
Sure.
And everything.
Yeah. Well, you say like I get distracted easily?
Yeah, that way there'd actually be an adult on this boat.
That is
If any-
fair. Jen regularly has to babysit Matt. That's why I trust
That's
Jen
fair.
to
That
babysit
is
children.
true.
I was going to say,
That is
Jim,
true.
But I
wouldn't
might
your,
have learned something by now.
Yeah, you think so? Yeah.
wouldn't your kids just end up babysitting Matt? Being like, Matt, I don't think we should do
hon-
that,
to
honestly.
be honest,
Your kids, for sure.
my oldest would be like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? You can't do that.
And your youngest is shy. She's just going to hang out in the corner of
Yeah.
the boat
Yeah.
as far away from me as possible.
Yeah.
What? It's a square boat. There's 4 corners. You're going to hang out in one of them. If I'm in the back right, she's going to be in the front left. Like, met her multiple times, still fearful of me.
Well, they don't. I mean, kids,
Fair, it's
especially,
fair.
they don't see a lot of you.
Yeah, and I am a lot.
Yeah, I think my oldest would still be scared of you. My oldest would be more of like, what is this guy's deal? Because that's
Yeah.
what she's like with me now.
I'll just be like,
She's like, this guy belongs in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I'm so Brooklyn. Like, what do you want from me?
Yeah, basically, you'd have to pass like the Taylor Swift test. Like, if she thinks that you are good, here, I'll give you a little story on my kids. They found out my brother doesn't like Taylor Swift, and they troll him relentlessly about not liking Taylor Swift. They're like, guess what we were listening to before we came over? Taylor Swift. Guess what we were, and like they'll want to get him a Taylor Swift sticker. Like they love, especially my oldest, trolling him.
Nice.
So they will find your weakness.
If you want to tell them I don't like Taylor Swift so I can get a sticker, I'm in.
Oh, well, I can get you a sticker. I think they would like that. At Canopy Wealth Management, they take the time to truly get to know and understand the dynamics of your values, goals, and plans for your family. No family fits a generic mold, neither should your financial plan. At Canopy, their clients' financial goals are something they're constantly striving to help reach maximum potential, which is why they work solely in your best interest. You define your goals. They work towards making them happen with their comprehensive financial planning. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started with them today. That's canopy-wealth.com. This is Rutledge Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, telling you about Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Prize Picks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. On Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. Pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become part of the Prize Picks community today. You can win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. Turn $10 into $1,000. If you're looking for promotions, Prize Picks has got you covered every week. From lowering select player stat projections on Tuesdays to help your lineup hit, or getting your entry fees back if you have a losing lineup on Fridays. Even with the new Hoops champion crowned, the Hoops action doesn't stop on Prize Picks. Women's basketball is heating up. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code WI for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code WI. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
an unsuspecting driver at a gas station in Wisconsin.
Welcome, Pump 15. How you doing?
Great.
Were you wearing your seatbelt today?
I never wear my seatbelt.
We're going to get him. We're going to get him real good.
Oh, my goodness.
Hello, sir. How you doing? Donald Driver. It takes 1 second to strap a seatbelt on. Well, let's do this. Let's do it together. Now, don't that feel better?
Donald Driver can't always be there to remind you.
Click it or ticket.
And let's reduce fatalities on Wisconsin roadways.
And I should have recognized your voice when you're harassing.
I'm watching you.
Sponsored by Wisconsin DOT.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. Looking for a team to play for in the 2025 spring and summer season? Tryouts are kicking off on July 23rd and signups are now open. Since the 2010 class, the GRB Rays have guided over 420 players to the next level, including 150 Division I players and 23 Major League draft picks. Rays Baseball, raise your game.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Stoughton Health, in collaboration with patient and family advisors, seeks to advance the healthcare experience at Stoughton Health by providing a forum for past patients and families to provide feedback on a variety of healthcare and other related topics. Advisors offer constructive feedback on their personal journey at Stoughton Health, helping to elevate the patient experience and increase satisfaction. Interested? Please call Amy at 608-873-2308.
Welcome back to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Rutledge and Hamilton continues live from the Everlight Solar Studio. This song is a jam. This is one of those universal jams.
Yeah.
I remember when this song came out, I think TikTok was maybe coming around a little bit. You saw like police officers doing dances in the song or in their police cars. Like I feel like fire department, everyone was doing it. It's kind of viral song because it is a catchy song. It is a song that played in an arena. Like this would be if jock jams is still a thing.
This is a jock jam.
You know what? You guys are Molly Brown, Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton with you. You guys are big music. You know, you made the playlist the other day.
Yeah.
What would be on a modern jock jams? Because I feel like they have not come out with the jock jams, and maybe I'm wrong. I feel like they have not come out with the jock jams in a long time.
Okay, so let me look at what the jock jam songs were.
All right,
Well, a couple years ago, one of the biggest ones that was around everywhere was Fall Out Boy, that Centuries.
That was a college football song.
Yeah, that would have been a good jock jams one.
Considering Cotton Eye Joe is on here, but then there's Let Me Clear My Throat, I'm a little confused by that. You know what song is really big right now? Is
Why are you confused by Let Me Clear My Throat?
No. I'm confused by why Cotton Eye Joe is right next to Let Me Clear My Throat.
Oh, God.
Let me clear my throat, and then it goes, oh, no, Cotton Eye Joe. Whatever it was.
Molly did say if you say a song that she knows, she will sing it. So that's
Do you know what
thing.
that song is about? That's my favorite thing for certain songs.
Can
Cotton
I
Eye
say
Joe?
it on the air?
Well, you can give it in.
Diseases?
Yes. Venereal diseases.
Oh.
Yes. Now you can figure out what Cotton Eye Joe is. Where did you come from? Where did you go?
Ah, okay.
You know what
It
song
is weird that
the
people...
more you know.
Yeah, there you go.
Thanks for ruining a song for me.
You're welcome. The song Fiend, I believe it's called, by Travis Scott is on like every commercial, I feel like. It was played at the draft, I'm pretty sure. Fiend.
Is it bad that I mostly know Travis Scott for his sneakers and not really any
I
of his
mostly know him
music?
for his sneakers, too.
I know him for Kylie Jenner and Fortnite.
2001 was the last Jock Jams ever released. So basically any songs, what do we go, since 2001 that we'd put on the Jock Jams?
Oh
so 844-770-3776. If you were going to make a Jock Jams for the 2000s, basically, through the 2020s, what songs you putting on there? 844-770-3776. A playlist, a Jock Jams playlist. On a side note, I think Twitter's down. Tried to load it up on my phone and...
Thanks, Elon.
Oh, there it is. It's back now. All right.
Jim just had to say it out in the world, and then it happens. I'm trying to look at like my songs that I listen to.
So Shake It Off would definitely be on that list. 844-770-3776. What songs would be
Hot
on
in here?
Oh yeah, a modern Jock Jams, because Jock Jams, like, they are the most played songs. Like, it's got to be out there. So you got to think of Taylor Swift or Nelly or
like, I'm trying to think of the viral summer songs. Like, now again, not necessarily the best context, kind of like our Cotton Eye Joe, but the Blurred Lines, one of the biggest songs that summer when that came out.
I'm just thinking of like songs that would pump me up, because that's like basically
it's got to be
what
a pump up song here. So I've also brought up here. You know what? Let's get some music fired up here and call in 844-770-3776. Give us songs that should be on a modern day Jock Jams. We'll try to go of the 2000s. I'm gonna go. Rolling Stones has a list for me, so you guys can tell me what you think about it. Number 99 on their list, Gorillaz, Feel Good Inc. Would that be on Jock Jams?
Oh man,
I like that
it's
song,
a little
but I don't
too
know if it's
slow
hype.
for a Jock Jams.
Okay, let's go quick on this.
Song.
Lead singer of Blur?
Amy Winehouse, Back to Black.
Meh.
All right, I'm going to jump up if I can here.
I'll say no.
I'm going to try to jump up to... Give me a
top
second.
10?
Yeah, I'm trying to. It's not allowing me to do that. So I will jump up to number 40, Milkshake.
Oh,
my milkshake. Yeah, definitely.
See?
Sing
You
it.
gotta sing it.
I don't know if I know this one. Modest Mouse, Float On.
It's very good, but it's too
we
slow.
all float on. All right.
Then we got...
You got it, Jim. All right.
Gorillaz, Clint Eastwood.
That one's really
Which one
good,
is that?
too.
Sing it. I know it.
Yeah, you definitely know it.
Coldplay, Yellow? No.
No.
Daft Punk, One More Time.
Yeah.
That definitely fits.
Franz Ferdinand, Take Me Out.
Yeah. I like that one.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Just how many songs are on the CD that we get to do? Because
We can make it a double
Oh,
album.
I love Flaming Lips.
Flaming Lips, Do You Realize?
Yeah.
I don't know that
It's
song.
probably not a super big pump-up song, so it might not fit, but it's a great song.
Again, 844-770-3776. What songs would you put on a Jock Jams, which is basically pump-up songs list from 2000 till now? R. Kelly's Ignition.
Ah, yes.
And I don't know if this is true or not, but I saw a TikTok trend that once everyone's realized that all the money going forward that R. Kelly makes off his songs go to his victims.
Oh, really?
So hopefully that's true. Maybe someone can figure that out. Kanye West, Gold Digger.
Yeah, always.
Yep.
Yes, that would not be on would that be played at a stadium? Because that's what these are.
Yes.
Oh, no.
It would be. Yes, it would.
You can't play
They
half
have a
that
radio
song.
edit.
Yeah, there's a radio
There's
edit.
a radio edit?
Yeah,
That's
Yes,
all
there
right.
is.
I feel like
Yeah,
I've probably been at a game with that song playing.
Yeah,
So
100%.
100%
Is
they
it
play
just half of the song? Like, it can't. You have to remove most of
That's
the
why
lyrics.
90% of the music
it's
that they
just
play it.
repeating the word right before the one they're not allowed to use.
Which one is that?
The
Missy
word that they
Elliott,
repeat?
Work It. Missy Elliott, Work It is the next one on this.
Not a fan of that song.
I'm with Molly.
Put the thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
I would say I like the song not on there. Umbrella by Rihanna.
Meh.
It's too slow.
Okay.
I think.
This one's on there.
High Hopes by Panic at the Disco.
Yeah.
Pretty upbeat,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, but
I
it's
think
so,
it
like,
fits.
Let me
boring.
run through the Outkast B.O.B. That's on there.
Yeah. Outcast brings
Bombs
the energy.
Over Bagdash. I think is that the fastest song ever? I believe that's the fastest beat ever.
It's good.
Yep. Justin Cry Me a River. Nope. Jesus Walks. Nope. Since You've Been Gone. Maybe.
Meh.
Bob Dylan, Mississippi. That does not sound like a Bob Dylan does not have.
I don't know what
jams.
list you're on. It doesn't. I don't know. if
Rolling
this-
Stones top 100 songs of the 2000s. So
Okay.
they're not all
Gotcha,
pop-up
gotcha,
songs.
gotcha.
The Strokes, Last Night.
I don't know that song.
I'm trying to run. Missy Elliott, Get Your Freak On.
That could
Get your
probably
freak
fit.
on.
Yeah, that could probably fit. She's got good energy in that song.
Yeah. 50 Cent in the club.
Yeah, always.
Eminem, Lose Yourself. I
Yep.
feel like that is definitely there.
Yeah.
What do we got here? MGMT, Time to Pretend.
Don't know that song.
Stan, nope. Beautiful Day by U2.
No.
I don't think U2 really gets to be into jock jams.
Oh, you don't think so? The Badgers run out to it.
The Badgers came out to a U2 song.
Well, I know, but is that like...
Which they shouldn't.
Right.
That is the moral of the story.
That's
They should
what I'm
not
getting
run
at.
out of that to that U2 song.
Yes, that's
Here's the thing. U2 lost me when they infiltrated my Apple
you lost
phone.
everyone,
They
yes.
were. I was done with U2
Yeah.
when everybody got that song for free and it would just
Oh, I
start
forgot
playing
about
in your
this.
pocket. Yeah. Forget U2. Sorry, Bono.
Alex G chimes in Every Time We Touch by Cascada.
It's a good song.
Amy Winehouse Rehab. Did I say that one?
No, you
No,
had different
but-
Amy Winehouse one.
That's not
I
bad,
think
it's just
the
not a hype
Rehab
song.
one would be okay.
Yeah. Maps.
Don't know that one.
Oh, Seven Nation
Maps by
Army.
the
That's definitely
AAS.
on there. Seven Nation Armies for sure. MIA, Paper Planes.
I really liked that song. That came out in like 2008.
Yeah.
Outkast, Hey Ya.
Yes.
Beyonce, Crazy in Love. Probably not upbeat enough. Jay-Z, 99 Problems.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's that. And then Gnarls Barkley. This was on their list, the number one song from the. I don't know when this actually came out, but of the 2000s, best songs of the 2000s, Gnarls Barkley, Crazy was number one.
It doesn't surprise me.
It's a really
that
good
song
song.
was massive.
Nars Barkley is the same person as CeeLo Green, correct?
No.
Wait.
Sure.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
Atlanta rapper CeeLo and indie producer Danger Mouse decided it would be a gas to pretend to be the world's greatest pop group. And so they gave the world Crazy. So it is Danger Mouse and CeeLo together.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you go.
There you go.
Good pull, Molly.
The more you know, Molly Brown. Let's get out to Rodney before we go to break. 844-770-3776. You can chime in with a modern-day Jock Jams playlist. All right, Rodney.
Hey, I didn't hear many rock songs. I heard Seven Nation Army, but how about Headstrong by Trapped?
Headstrong to take you on. Yeah, that's a good one.
There you
go. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
See,
All right.
if we had Strofe here, you could have counted on a lot more of those rock songs.
No, see, you could have counted on a lot of songs that nobody knows.
Yeah, Shine Down.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rodney.
Love it.
That's a good one. We'll continue to take your calls on that 844-770-3776. What would be on a modern-day Jock Jams playlist? Let me tell you about Carbon World Health. I missed working out there last week, but the nice thing is I did my weigh-in today for semaglutide. I am 11% body fat, 200 pounds, which means not only have I lost a lot of weight, I am fit. I continue to be the fittest I've ever been. So whether it's semaglutide or hormone optimization or classic workout or recovery with cryo or red light therapy, Carbon World Health will help you reach your fitness goals. The best way to do it, sign up for the 6-week experience. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Need more of Judgmental Jim? Subscribe to the Rutledge and Hamilton podcast, presented by Revive Restoration, wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's Hunter Vaughn. ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see teams making an impact in their community. Nominate your local team today at ESPNMadisonGameChangers.com.
Grab a Coke and grab some cash with the Coca-Cola Summer Cash Grab, only from Quick Trip. Play daily in your Quick Rewards app for a chance to win up to $250,000. Earn extra chances to enter by purchasing any qualified Coke, Monster Energy, Powerade, Body Armor, Smart Water, or Core Power Elite products with Quick Rewards. Summer just got a whole lot cooler with Quick Trip and Coca-Cola. No purchase necessary. See QuickTrip.com/sweepstakes for details.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
You're probably being overwhelmed with information about semaglutide, the game-changing FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Jim Rutledge here. I was like you. I didn't know what it was until I saw Dr. Nessa Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. He can walk you through the benefits. He can tell you if it's right for you, and then you could come up with a plan to change your life with a workout plan and semaglutide. With that plan, I dropped from 20% body fat to 10% body fat, and I dropped over 20 pounds of fat and kept my muscle. you can do the same thing. Go see Dr. Ness Rodriguez at Carbon World Health.
The host might be irrelevant, but the conversations aren't.
Hunter is attempting to take a shot at me on the video stream. Stroph's an IDOT. Yeah, I am sure an IDOT.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe, presented by Door County Distillery.
And everybody on the internet, let me know. Hey, Strophe, you're an IDOT.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe, presented by Door County Distillery. Live on ESPN Madison's YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And available wherever you get your podcasts.
Matt Hamilton here to tell you about my friends at Revive Restoration. Nobody plans for accidents to happen, but when they do, you can count on Revive to be professional, efficient, and detail-oriented as they make things right again. Revive Restoration.
Derek Jeter for American Family Insurance.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they'll help protect your family's dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, future rocket scientist, we have liftoff, or a budding prima ballerina, you can count on an American Family Insurance agent to help you dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
ESPN Madison is serving up something new this fall.
Badgers bust into the national semifinals.
Unprecedented success.
Kelly Sheffield has put himself among the elite in the sport.
Unrivaled enthusiasm.
Every single night, 7,000 plus, and they are in your face.
I'm hooked. Like, I love Wisconsin Blood.
Unrelenting determination.
You have the best players and the best coach. You like the chance.
A national semifinalist for the 6th time.
The new home for Wisconsin Badgers volleyball. 100.5 ESPN.
Hey there, this is stand-up comedian and Whitewater alum Kevin Bozeman. You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Go Warhawks!
Locally owned business will help you protect your home or business. Fire protection. They also can help with Control 4, help you control the most important things in your life from anywhere in the world. They can help with commercial security, home fire protection. JK Security Solutions, they are your solution for home or business security and protecting your business with security. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. We are presented by Coors Light. Let's throw those stones.
The guys think they have the answers to everything.
I'm the best there is.
People like me. So it's time to put them to the test.
That's some booty, Jim.
You know, that's just like your opinion, man.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Yeah, guys, we all know that sticks and stones may break our bones, but I want to know, guys, would you ever sell an NBA franchise if you could afford it? So there's some news today now. There's a lot of free agency news out there for the NBA right now, but Wyc Grousbeck, the owner, or primary owner of the Boston Celtics, is apparently putting the team up for sale today. It's announced that they'll be finishing a sell of the team in 2028 along with the rest of the primary ownership group, which he represents. Apparently bought the team back in 2002 for $360 million, or the group he was a part of bought it for that much. And the Celtics are now worth an estimated $4.7 billion, according to Forbes. And Grousbeck himself is estimated at about $400 million in his own net worth. But even if he only has $400 million net worth, do you guys feel like owning an NBA franchise is just worth more than however much money he might get from this? I mean, if you guys were an NBA owner and you could still afford it, or an owner of any sports team, would you ever sell that team? Molly Brown, I want to start with you.
I think I would, because I think at a certain point being an owner has to be very stressful. I think just in general it has to be. And honestly, this is probably his best time to sell the team, right? Because they're projected to be really freaking good for the next how many years. They're re-signing all these guys to long contracts, and they just won a title. Like, he could make a ton of money, like you said. $4.6 billion is what they're estimated to be at. I feel like it'd be really hard to give up, but you're always going to have those connections with the people in the organization that you're always going to be able to go to all the games and everything.
Matt?
So, for me, you know, it might be stressful, but the jet skis and the 170-foot yacht and the Manhattan penthouse.
He's still going to be rich.
Those would make things better. I don't think the stress is enough. You know what? But yes, I'm selling that team, like without a doubt. Half the fun of sports is the fact that ownership does change, and sometimes you have hope for your team to have a chance.
I would say I would not sell unless I needed the money. Looks like this group is selling for estate planning purposes, and then obviously because Mark Cuban is an interesting time to sell. But also, I don't know if franchise values could be.
Mark Cuban's interested in it?
No, Mark Cuban was also a weird time to sell because he sold. A lot of these franchises are selling right now because there's big time money coming in, so their values are very, very high. But Mark Cuban also, I wouldn't blow me away that in 4 years we'll see him running for president. So I think that's part of what he's doing as well.
All right, interesting. I got to just say, Matt Hamilton, the first thing he said is like, yeah, but if I sold the team jet skis,
not
boats.
No, Molly was saying it was like a stressful job. I'm like, you never see anyone stressed out in a jet ski.
Well, maybe courtside during the finals. You'd be a little stressed. All right, speaking of stress, apparently Newsweek is stressing out a little bit about Taylor Swift. They had an article come out, an opinion article, saying that Taylor Swift is not a good role model. Now, she's apparently the most influential celebrity in America. Her popularity is staggering, but according to Shannon Watts, she's also unmarried and childless at age 34. Then she puts Travis Kelce. I don't know if she's like subtweeting Travis Kelce by including him there, but either way. What do you guys think of this? That the idea that Taylor Swift at 34 is a bad role model for apparently being unmarried and childless, whatever values that includes. Jim,
I want to clear that up. Shannon Watts retweeted it burying the post because Travis Kelce is the same age, and why are there not articles about Travis Kelce? Shannon Watts does great things. She's the founder of Moms Demand Action, a group to try to help protect Americans. So she was calling out the hypocrisy. And basically, the article said that because she's not married and she's had boyfriends before Travis Kelce, that she's not a good role model.
Harrison Butker write this?
Right, no kidding.
Yeah,
so
seriously.
it was in a legitimate publication, or it used to be a legitimate publication. It was wild. I don't know why people would write that. I mean, you might not like her music, but Taylor Swift, by all accounts, good person, gives to charity. Nobody's perfect, but for a celebrity, pretty high up there.
Yeah, obviously, Ryan, not giving us a ton of context there. But
you're welcome, Matt.
But I'm with Jim. Taylor Swift seems about as good of a role model as they get when it comes to celebrity-level role models. And two, this is the time where you should be promoting, like, doing what you want as an individual. If you don't want to get married and want to continue to do what you do, that is more than okay than it's ever been in the societal norms. That's awesome
Molly?
that she's doing it.
I think it's absolutely disgusting. I think it does not matter if you have kids or if you're married and what type of role that plays in being a role model. Look at the people that Jim ran into at the campground. They had a kid. They were married, apparently.
Not good role models.
Look at them as role models. I think it's gross. I think Taylor Swift, I'm not her biggest fan, but she's a female that's crushing it, killing it in the world. She's making a living times a million. So
billion.
I would say that my kid, especially my little girl, could look up to Taylor Swift easy and know that she could do anything without having a husband or children.
Preach, Molly.
There we go.
Thank you.
All right, well, speaking of another great role model, Elon Musk on X/Twitter earlier today. Or actually, this was on Sunday, excuse me. He saw
but he's been married and had kids, so he's a great model.
Oh, yeah,
yes,
right?
6, 7, 8, 9, 12, whatever his kid's name is. Yeah, but anyways.
XYZ?
XYZ, exactly. So he saw a post on X/Twitter this week. It was a post of a summer bedroom with a beautiful white room overlooking, seems like probably a mountain range. And he quoted that by saying, "Would be lovely to see more accounts on X simply posting beautiful content." Now, guys, if you could have any more beautiful content on X/Twitter, what would you want to see more of? What things do you feel like aren't being covered enough, or maybe just things that would uplift you a little bit more on the toxic website that is Twitter? Molly Brown, I'll start with you.
I feel like my timeline is kind of the things that I want to see. I guess I hate when like political stuff comes up on my stuff, so less of that. I will take that. I don't know why it's in my algorithm because like I don't care and I don't click on it. But I love like the historical postings. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like historical videos, historical like here's what it looked like
This day
100
in
years
history,
ago.
yeah.
Like I love that kind of stuff. So keep giving me that. Less politics though.
Matt?
Yeah, so I'm sure there is like an algorithm for some people that have this. I have not gotten it yet. Twitter or X, obviously more of a type social media. I'm with Elon. I want beautiful pictures. Let's go more food and video photos. I
Ooh.
want to see street food of the world.
Love that.
Yeah.
I want more headlines like this one from NOLA.com. From a hawk to a pelican. That is creative.
Can you say it slower?
Hawk to a pelican. And the hawk to a girl was on stage with Zach Bryan. I wonder why he gave her a call. Brought her up on stage at his latest concert.
Hawk to a.
She is making the
pelican.
rounds.
Hey, everyone gets. I mean,
So I'll take more.
Making the rounds.
I'll take more memes of the Hawk Tua because they are funny. Apparently, the entire Barstool team met her at an event. She was just at an event.
Apparently, she's made like a ton of money.
Shaquille O'Neal. She was hanging out with Shaquille
That
O'Neal.
was who was in the picture.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's Shaq. I don't know who the girl is. That's who she is. Okay,
Wow.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yep.
She apparently got fired. She's a teacher or something.
Yeah, I think she's suing the
did?
school district.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Oh, that's.
But she's made a ton of money in the last like week or two that's been famous.
Yeah, clearly the biggest star in Nashville. And the biggest new star
Wait,
in.
can I ask a question?
Go for it.
Be careful.
Okay.
Okay. Dump me if this is
Oh,
wrong.
boy.
Jordan
If
Love
you
over
saw,
Hawk Tua, yeah.
if you wait, what did you say?
Really?
I said we'd take Jordan Love over Hawk Tua.
You would?
Hawk Tua, Tunga Bailoa?
No, that's not.
That's looking for love. He's not looking for
No,
Hawk
no,
Tua.
no.
Yeah.
So if
you look. Yeah, there you go. That's a good poll question.
If you were-
Are you looking for love or Hawk Tua?
If you were scrolling on your TikTok one day and all of a sudden you see one of your coworkers, one of our teammates here at ESPN Madison, in that same kind of vein, realm of Hawk Tua girl,
Yeah.
what would your reaction be?
I am laughing my butt off.
I am too. I'm glad you didn't ask which.
And-
Nobody answered. Nobody
And
answered.
what I'm doing is I'm giving them as much advice on cashing in on your 15 minutes of fame as possible because
You're good at that.
I am a pro, so I could give them some advice.
What would be your first piece of advice? Hire a lawyer?
Hire an agent. Have someone else negotiate your value because it's way less awkward.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, guys, last one I got for you here now. Jim Rutledge, you weren't here with us on Friday, so you did not get to enjoy the suggestions for Matt's summer playlist while we were taking them in on the talking text line. We got tons of different songs. Some of the jock jams you were mentioning before, other songs like the Thong Song by Robin Madison, School's Out by Alice Cooper by my dad, also Money Ain't Nothing by Jay-Z and Jermaine Dupri.
Money ain't a thing.
Money Ain't a Thing. Oh, sorry. I wrote it down.
Money ain't nothing.
Yeah, I know.
God, you're
When I
from
put-
Staten
When I
Island.
put the
Yeah,
playlist
clearly.
on,
No,
I
he
did
is
have to find
from Mackinac. No, he is from what is the islands up in by
The UP? That's Mackinac.
Is okay, yeah, Mackinac.
I'll take it. All right, anyways.
You'll take it.
I
There's no
just wanna
cars, it's
know-
horse and buggies.
I just want to know, Jim Rutledge, what would your suggestion be to add to Matt's summer road trip playlist for when he leaves us early on Wednesday?
Oh man, playlist. You know what? I would go with "The Man" by Taylor Swift. That's a good upbeat one. That's a fun one. I would add that one to it. It's not overplayed, so you'd like still feel a little bit new to it.
The Man?
Added.
There you
Just
go.
added to the
There you go.
playlist.
My son was born to that song. He's going to be a feminist.
Okay.
Wait. Okay.
I'd say you should ask
Ask me
Molly, but
questions.
she put in like 4 requests for the playlist last
Hey,
week.
I texted in on the text line.
You did.
That's all I
You
got to
did.
say.
What was your question, Ryan?
What was my question?
You can ask.
I didn't know babies were born to songs. I didn't know that
Well,
was a thing.
if you
music
have like
on in the
music and stuff, I had a Taylor Swift playlist going.
Oh, I
Legit. Like I did. Well,
I-
my husband did. Shout out to him.
honestly, I
So,
thought it was
the
just
man,
like
and then the man.
Do you think it was just like
Was that-
quiet hospital noises?
I thought it was
What
just screams in pain. I thought that was what birth was. I guess not.
Well,
Guess not.
Screams and Pain mixed with Taylor Swift. How about that?
It's a remix.
There you go.
It's
All
the
right.
remix edition to songs about giving birth.
All right. Well, you know who else had a great remix
Hot
today?
and fresh out the kitchen.
You just won it for me, Molly. Thank you.
He quoted R. Kelly. I was
know.
bringing it back.
Yeah, the 2 you just lost. It's great.
I think I just won because of that, Ryan.
I agree.
Oh, no!
Yeah, she absolutely won it with that.
I was going to give it to Matt Hamilton for looking for love over Hawk Tua, and also for thinking about jet skis if he was an NBA owner.
Yeah.
That'd be the one thing that would keep him happy at night.
But you lost because you're not a winner like
Yeah.
me.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
You can be a
Lucky I'm
winner.
not Harrison Butker. I have to go back into the kitchen.
Go be a winner. You can get yourself a remodeled kitchen by going to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison and go be a winner. 585 total jackpots last week, and $1.4 million won last week in Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. That's 628, 629, and 630. 3 days. $1.4 million, 585 total jackpots. Go be a winner at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. We'll talk to a winner, and we'll talk to Jesse Nelson next.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Watch every show live and for free on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for your 4th of July cookout. No matter what your favorite grilling brand is, we've got it. Shop brands like Weber, Traeger, and Pit Boss. Get a Blackstone 28-inch griddle with hood on sale for just $279.99. Plus, pick up 2 16-pound bags of Kingsford charcoal briquettes for only $17.99. Get great deals on all the essentials for your holiday cookout at Fleet Farm.
The Milwaukee Bucks are NBA champions!
The Bucks in 6 podcast presents a special series commemorating the Bucks championship run in 2021. From the thrilling Game 7 overtime victory against the Nets,
Durant shooting, got it at the buzzer! No, it's a two-pointer.
to the 50-point statement made by Giannis in the finals.
A 50-point game! That's the stuff of legend.
Immerse yourself in the sounds of each playoff round with Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Now. We tend not to think about now. We dream about tomorrow, relive yesterday. But right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. Victory over cancer is there for the taking by you, because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory. Learn more at v.org.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Derek Jeter for American Family Insurance.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof, because they'll help protect your family's dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina, you can count on an American Family Insurance agent to help you dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
Crosstalk with the Great Dane Huddle is brought to you by Carbon World Health, Madison's premier comprehensive health spa and fitness facility.
He's coming out, 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 he's coming out. It's there.
Rutledge and Hamilton continues live from the Everlight Solar Studio. I am Rutledge.
I am Hamilton.
You are Hamilton. Molly Brown with us. Matt, Jesse Nelson, nobody cares. So, John Arias, we've been on John's show. We did a podcast with him. So, John, how you? Jesse, don't even worry about Jesse. John, how you doing?
I'll go back to my wings. Have fun with John.
Enjoy your wings. We know what you're doing the show for. You just love the wings. So, and there are great wings over at Great Dane. So I don't blame you.
Which
Great Dane are you at?
guys?
Yeah, which Great Dane are you at?
We're at Hilldale tonight doing the show, 6 to 7. Come on out and join us.
Excellent.
Yeah, absolutely. I would, but that's by the time I got there, the show's over.
But that's when the fun begins, Jim.
Have a extra wing for me, John.
Coors for me.
It's enough. It's maxed out on the Jesse there. So, John, volleyball is coming up. Obviously, we're very excited to be the home for it, and obviously, that was like the first question people asked is like, John staying on. And we're like, well, I hope so. Like, we don't have a lot to say in it, but like we were thrilled that John is. So, John, tell us about what's coming up this year. A ton of recruits coming in, a lot of excitement, and obviously building off of just a string of success for Badger volleyball.
It's so much fun because what's coming up this year is kind of the same process every year for the last 11 under head coach Kelly Sheffield, right? You put out your best players, you tinker with the lineup, you look at the numbers, you dive into analytics, and you're not ready for a final lineup until it's right down to the very end, come December. You'd love to have it, but even in 2021, they were still tinkering. So, I think that's what's next for this season is just you get to enjoy the ride. You get to enjoy these huge non-conference matchups. You get to see, knock on wood, Sarah Franklin. I know she injured her ankle the other night. But you hope that she's back at National Player of the Year type of level, and you just go see what happens. And that's what I'm most excited about because every single season, this team, whether they're super elite, great, whatever level you want to characterize them, they always go deep. And so I'm just excited to see how this season unfolds and the storylines that develop.
John, with the big games that the volleyball team has to start the season, they got Texas, they got Louisville. How much weight is going to be held on those early games, and what kind of impact might they have on playoff seeding and championship seeding near the end of the season? How are they preparing for this early tough run?
I get it. That's a great question, and I think it will factor in. Obviously, if you're fighting with other top teams for that top 4 seed, which is always very important in the NCAA tournament because you get that home court advantage, you look back at head-to-head matchups like that. So when you have heavy hitters on your schedule like the Badgers do, pretty much every year, especially this season, you do have to play pretty well against them because at some level they may come back when you look at your resume and you see that you either lost or beat Texas. Same thing with Stanford. Same thing with Louisville. Those things I think factor in, especially when you're trying to get that top 4 seed at the end of the season for sure.
John, we are exactly 2 months away from that first matchup against Texas, which is crazy, at Fiserv Forum. The Badgers lost to Texas last year in the semifinals. What do you think is the environment's going to be like around that day?
I think it's going to be really awesome. Not only inside the arena, which I'm expecting, hopefully a sellout, 17,000 plus there, but also outside the arena at Fiserv. Mm-hmm. It's going to be. I mean, that's the atmosphere it was like when they played Marquette last year. I would expect more of the same of that, but plus you add in exactly what happened last year, that Texas got the best of Wisconsin, and now they have to come to the state of Wisconsin and face the Badgers. So I think this is going to be. I think fans are going to show up in full force, a lot of red, and it's going to be packed, and it's going to be a fun environment for anyone who's just down in the area or anyone who's planning to go to all the matches. And, like we were saying earlier, it could factor in later on in the season to be a big win for them, too.
Mm-hmm. John, have you ever covered an ESPY Award nominee before?
No. Isn't this cool?
It's
so
super cool. It is awesome. Best of luck to Sarah.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I mean, I don't think this happens. Guys, I don't know if volleyball gets the exposure as much if this was, 5-10 years ago. I don't think they would ever. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they've done this plenty of times. I could be wrong. I don't think they've put a volleyball player in for something like that. And so to see the popularity of the sport, of women's sports, combining at this right moment, to answer your question, no, I've never covered an ESPY nominee or winner before. And I think, is Caitlin Clark on that same list? I'm pretty sure, right?
She is.
Yeah. It's going to be a uphill battle, I think, for Sarah with Caitlin Clark and the nation voting. I'm just saying, but still, it's amazing.
That's how I felt when we were going up against women's hockey for an SB. I was like, this
So
is
there
done.
it is. That's the long way workaround, John, for the Matt to point out that he too was
I was
nominated for an SB.
for an SB too. No big deal.
Oh, you were? I didn't know that.
Team of the year when we won the Olympic gold.
Guys, I never even got to my Jock Jams songs.
You got 15 seconds. Give us
Can't
one.
Hold Us by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. Uptown Funk by Bruno Mars and whoever else is in that. Party Rock Anthem, Blinding Lights, Thunder by Imagine Dragons.
These are good.
Love it.
Fantastic, John. You don't even need Jesse there. This has been Rutledge and Hamilton presented by Coors Light.
What?
See ya.
Step into nostalgia with the Miller High Life Dive Bar of the Week. Listen to Rutledge and Hamilton every Thursday, and we will let you know